Ah, you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you in this new dimension. It's about time you showed up. Do you feel intimidated by others and other people's presence? This is an important video for you to watch because you're going to understand the mindset that it takes to decipher the code of this and how to make sure that you're living fully free and not trapped in your own mind. Let's get it.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Feel this emergency brake like slowly coming off, and you're going, wait a minute, this guy's comfortable, man. I can be comfortable. I can just chill and watch this thing instead of worrying about all this stuff in my mind. I get it, man. First of all, welcome to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, and support the movement, the Upward Spiral Gang. If you want, you can join our Telegram group. Just look up Flow State Jedis on Telegram, you'll find it. First of all, I'm here to entertain, to inform, and to educate, okay? Don't take what I say as completely serious. Obviously, it's from my own experiences, my own perspective, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Don't break the laws of the land that you're tuning in from, and make sure that you're an adult watching me, because, I don't know, we might get R-rated sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a channel that I want, all kids to watch or whatever, because I want to be able to express myself freely. I want to swear and cuss if I want to. My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. They call me Dr. Scripps from IMC Nation. Welcome, settle down. So let's get started right away. How do you stop getting into this mindset of fear, right? Because it's really about going from a fear state of mind to a flow state of mind, which is what I help people do, what our tribe Primal Sutra helps people do, is really get from this anxious mentality into this vitality, this life force energy, this momentum forwards, rather than a recoiling back into the shell like a turtle, okay? Stop putting your head in the sand and start walking proud as men, with your chest up high, feeling confident, feeling good about yourself, the fact that you're contributing, the fact that you are at one with nature, that you're following your dharma or your life path. You have found some sort of a flow state mechanism for yourself. That's where you're tuning in. You are here to cause an impact. You're here to cause a ripple effect. Even the women out there, I see you. I see you tuning in to this flow state frequency. And I gotta tell you, I find that so attractive. When a woman can tap into her flow state essence, when she's fully immersed into her creativity, with just that divine, feminine, nurturing nature comes out, and you can't help as a man but to be replenished by it. So thank you. You're thinking, how is this guy a positive psychologist? He sounds like a motivational speaker. He sounds different. He sounds like a rapper. He sounds like, you can't really put me in a box. That's the thing, okay? I am so versatile. I've combined myself from the, cytoplasmic polymath into this world of science and spirituality. Okay, I'm a freestyle shaman, meaning I understand the mechanisms of my own internal world and my mind, and I know that my mind is first. I know that my mind is first, and then the rest follows. So if I'm speaking in my mind, being like, oh, I'm intimidated by others. As a man, are you intimidated by men? Are you intimidated by women? Because this has to do with your father and your mother wounds. I'm going to tell it like it is. Your relationship to other men in your life is related to your relationship with your dad. Your relationship to other women in your life is associated with your relationship with your mother. You got to know this, okay? You might think, you're a mama's boy. Why do you hang around with your mother all the time? I love cherishing that relationship with her so that I can also nurture and foster healthy relationships of the opposite sex. Right? If I don't do that, if I don't invest my time in that, how am I going to possibly grow? How is any woman going to love me more than my mother loves me? It's not possible. And I don't crave that. I don't need anything. That's the secret. You've got to not need anything from the universe. The universe will give everything to you when you stop needing so much. I started sleeping on the floor. I didn't want that lifestyle, okay? I chose not to actively go for that lifestyle of like chasing the riches, chasing the next bag, chasing the next paycheck. I don't want to be chasing nothing, okay? I want to be magnetizing everything. Try this with me, okay? If you're intimidated, it means you are separating this person. Like, oh, they're over here and you're over here, bro. Okay? No, they grew up in this very luxurious family. Oh yeah, they had all of this stuff. Oh, but it's their genetics though. They're so good looking. That's why they have... Listen, man. We all have a deck of cards. Okay? This used to be me. Okay? A little while back. In only 2018. Okay? Now, I demolished this guy. I had to destroy him and rebuild. You got to rebuild from scratch. Okay? Now, there are aspects of that guy that's cool as well, but I don't want to be like that. I have a choice. I can show up as I want, who I want. And that is the secret of TPM, my book, and my creation. How I can keep constantly evolving over and over and over again. And at this point, it's unstoppable. The momentum is too strong. It's a flow state tsunami that we're creating with this movement now. Okay? You guys are only seeing the tip of the iceberg. Some of you have followed me like a day ago or a month back. But now you're here. You're investing your time and energy and your state of consciousness to this flow state mechanism. And you're learning the pathways. You're getting inspired, meaning in spirit. Okay? So first we got to understand, man, that person is a spirit. That person is a soul. That is a divine being we're being intimidated by. Okay? You're physicalizing them, you're pedestalizing them, you're iconizing them, you're idolizing them, means you have idle eyes. Okay, your eyes are idle or bored. It means you're not doing anything. It means you have no purpose. You are looking at other people's lives instead of your own. Okay, you stopped focusing on yourself and you're looking at everybody else and saying, how come they have this and they have that and the government did this and you're pointing fingers outside. Blaming the external, chasing the next trophy or the certification or, the next paycheck. I coach a lot of doomers, I'm not gonna lie, okay? I do coach a lot of doomers out of that doomer mentality and that mindset because I've been there before, you know what I mean? I understand that when your mind can go to that place, that dark pit, that hole where you can't seem to crawl out of, right? There doesn't seem to be any hope. And this is what you need as a doomer is hope, okay? Possibility of change. I want you to try this exercise with me right now, man. Okay, close your eyes and imagine that this person that you're intimidated by, imagine them as a very small child and now they're growing up and they're just getting to know life. They're just experiencing life as a young child. Maybe they're pooping everywhere, they're vomiting, they're crying, they're laughing. Now they're growing older now. As they're growing up older and older, maybe they're a dorky kid in middle school, and then they're starting to get to know themselves really in high school. And they feel a bit lost and confused and in that adultolescent time, and then they're growing older and they're a teenager now. Now they are much older, a young adult. Now they're in their middle ages. Now they're old. Now they're in the coffin or cremated. They're gone. Okay? Now reverse the timeline back to their birth. Now fast forward it to where they are now. Good. Open your eyes, count 10 things in the room. That's called a break state. What you just did there is you humanized this person. You didn't paint them out to be someone greater than they actually are, because you don't know who they actually are. You never will know. You can't enter their internal world, no matter how much of a psychic you are, okay? You can't know every detail about their life. You just can't. They're not sharing a lot of things, right? You can't be like, oh, I know them, exactly. They're always like this. They've always been like this, right? They're just mean. Well, what do you think caused that for them? Why do you think they say hurt people hurt people? Okay, maybe you're getting triggered by me, but it's the same hurt, and maybe you see a past version of myself in you or a future version of yourself in me. That's empowering. This is why we watch content, to foster that level of consciousness. When we recognize it in others, we want it in ourselves. You see? So if you recognize this quality of my speech, of my communication, of my intelligence, of my articulation, whatever you appreciate about these videos, you've got to understand that this is also within you. You can also do this, and that's what makes it so spectacular and so beautiful. Is that there is another pathway out there to help you. When you're looking for help, when there's no one else out there, they're all out there to get your money, man. I'm here to help. Because I understand how much I needed it. My clients leave from me, I still give them value. Some of them say that my parents won't let me coach with you, or they won't let me, train with you, or they won't let me go visit you in your clinic. And I tell them, listen, first of all, why are they making your decisions for you? Aren't you old enough to decide? Yeah, but it's a different culture. In India, our parents decide everything and we have to respect our elders and all this. Listen, if you have a toxic family system, are you really going to go back to those traditional systems of respecting your elders? Is that the argument that you really have, is respect your elders? And they know better than us? And they're slapping you around, mistreating you, being completely obnoxious to you, disrespecting you, making you smaller? What's been making you smaller in this life, man? Is it other people, or has it been yourself tolerating other people's bullshit? You have to get to a point where you're sick of your own sickness. You're like, no, I'm done with this. You're going to have to look at others and see a piece of yourself in them and them in you, okay? For instance, those people watching me right now, there is an element of me within you that you recognize. Maybe it's my ability to do accents on the spot. Maybe you like my depth or profundity, or these moments of quirkiness that I show. Maybe you're enjoying just I'm an attractive dude speaking on a camera. You're like drawn to that energy. Whatever it is for you, right? Whatever that is for you, you understand that intimidation does not even enter my mind, because I'm not in that paradigm. Hey. You say hey enough times, it's hey. That was one of my posts this morning, right? Someone comes up to you, they're being a jerk, they're being a douchebag, they're trying to be out macho you or whatever, right? They come up to your situation, they're in your territory now. This is the jungle. This is the social jungle right now. Now, this person cannot recognize you as an ordinary animal, okay? A plebe, just like everybody else, okay? A blue-pilled, blue-collar worker. No, they cannot recognize you as that. Don't buy into this mentality of the slave, or don't get caught up in the stream of where the white knights are taking over. Oh, get off your moral high horse, bro. All I'm doing is just talking to an individual and connecting with them, right? You're over here, probably you had a crush on this girl for years, right? And you're coming up here trying to get in my space. Bro, you ignore them. That's what you do. First and foremost, number one, you ignore them. If they're still coming over and they're poking at you, you go, cool, bro. And you give them a little shoulder pat. This is what we do to dogs, okay? Now, it helps if you can fight. You got to understand how to protect yourself and, know some basic self-defense in case shit goes down. There's a lot of places with guns and knives and, there's bad people out there, okay? We want to be careful. There's bad people out there, so get yourself acquainted with people who have respect in the streets, who have respect in certain circles. You want to mix with people who are grittier, more tough. They're at the gym or this is a game of survival, okay? This is not, walking through the park, having a nice day. There's certain people out there that will threaten to take your life. You laugh, you pat them on the shoulder. That's cool, bro. You continue talking. Number 3, you outlandishly, you do something crazy, you do something wild. Okay, you go like this. You give him some weird, symbolism, like some kind of a bewildered, drunk gesture. Or you give them a flower. Or you say, have you been working out, bro? And squeeze his biceps. He might think you're gay or something, right? You do something that's like a pattern interrupt for the guy, and he goes, and he blows himself out of the water. You got to stay in your full radiance, okay? You got to stay in your own power and your own radiance, your own presence, your own bubble, positivity bubble, your echo chamber, the space that you generate, the state of mind that you generate within and around you. so people can feel it. Congruent, clean, captivating, lots of C words, right? Congruent, clean, captivating, cool, calm, collected, charismatic. Cool, I said that already. The more in the jungle, the peacock has feathers, they get noticed more. There's more threat to their danger, okay? Because they can be seen more. So as a man, you want to actually be seen more environments. That way you won't be intimidated going places or just different social situations, okay? Now, this is not a virtue signaling thing, right? But I once had to protect one of my female friends from someone who was like being very intimidating and like sexually aggressive with her for no reason. It was uncalled for. It's kind of like harassment in a sense. I didn't even know how to fight then, but I know I had something in me as a man. I wasn't trying to be a white knight in that situation either. I was generally like concerned for her safety, you know, in that situation. A pretty dangerous guy, okay? And so I told him like, hey, she said, no, man. Like, she doesn't have to tell you twice, you know? And he goes, you have a problem, bro? Right? Like that. Now I know that he's overreacting. I'm not overreacting in this situation. I'm a man of value. I don't need to scream and shout and beat on my chest just to be seen and heard. I can hold my own, I can hold my presence. Now, obviously, I stayed in that energy. I did not look away from him. I did not break eye contact. And I don't even need to give an answer to that, right? After a while, he just looked at me, she looked at her, looked at me. Whatever, man. It's not even worth it. And he walks away. Now, that could have been a very different situation, right? He could have beat me over the head. He could have stabbed me, right? There could have been so many things. But in that moment, you sometimes got to trust your heroism, but also you got to understand, right? You don't want to unintentionally get yourself into dangerous situations for no reason, okay? You see, if you react to this person, he wins. The girl that you're with sees you react to him, then you're playing his game. He's not in your frame. You just got to show that he doesn't affect you. Let me tell you this, girls are very impressed by a man maintaining his composure and maintaining his emotions, not getting into petty little fights with everybody he sees, okay? If a girl has a problem with it, though, you got to let her know that she's safe in that situation. Just tell her. Just let her know. Just tell her. Don't worry about it. He's just drunk, you know? I'm like that sometimes, too, you know? Yeah, he's just drunk. Don't worry about it. Keep that sense of don't let her worry too much, right? Next to you. Like she feels threatened in the situation. Make her feel safe, bro. You got this. The thing I like to do, and this is savage. This is a savage move. I don't recommend you do this to everyone. But if he's kind of like, you know, if he's hovering around and kind of trying to get your attention or poking fun at you or trying to, you know, cock block or whatever you want to call that. You point out to her that, is this your boyfriend? And you sort of let him blow himself out of the water, right? Because he's not. Or if he is, then, okay, that's a done deal. It is, right? And you called it out. But you got to call it out. You got to be the first one to do it, right? And you're just cool. You're just calm with them, right? Me and my friend were once talking to this girl. This guy, world famous DJ, saw us talking to this girl. And, you know, he came over and he was like, hey, bro, what's up? Who are you? Like this. Oh, nothing, man. Just having fun, having a good time. You know, me and my friend are here. He's visiting. So, you know, we're just doing our thing. And I just went into that. I didn't, like, try to over-explain myself, try to fight him, try to, you know, feel intimidated by that. No, I don't need to. He's in his own world. I'm in my own world. Hey, if he's a DJ and I'm a rapper, we might as well just collaborate. Okay? Forget about this girl that we're trying to interact with. You know, well, what's his value? He's asking me, who are you? Right? Like, do I know you? Are you, you know, that's the value talk, right? You got to assess who people are in the environment. But if you don't know who you are in the environment, you're treated like whoever. You got to create your avatar in this game. You got to conduct yourself like you love yourself and respect yourself. The more you put attention on something, the more it grows. The more intimidated you feel and the more attention you give to that intimidation and the threat to the situation, the more you lose. The more you see it as a fun challenge, like, challenger, approach it. Make it a video game, make it fun for you, okay? You're taking it way too seriously. I'm intimidated by people. It's other people that'll tell you to humble down, soldier. Don't let your ego get in the way, you know? It's usually people with the biggest ego that tell you that your ego is too big. Honestly, the people who are projecting onto you, Anyway, guys, I gotta get going. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hope you enjoyed this. May the flow be with you. Let's get it.